Listen closely, beloved soul. If your eyes have found these words, it is not by accident. The rare black moon of August 2025 is not merely another celestial event to be casually observed from the sidelines. It is a cosmic summons, a hidden initiation, a doorway that only swings open once every 24 months, and when it does, reality itself quivers. The black moon is the second new moon within a single calendar month, an astronomical rarity. But beyond its scientific description lies its true essence. It is the doubled void, the double womb, the unlit chamber of creation. Imagine standing in the darkest night of the lunar cycle, when the moon hides her face and the sky swallows her silver glow. Now imagine that darkness multiplied, intensified, folded back upon itself. That is the black moon, the deep, fertile silence where the old dissolves and the new has not yet been born. And this year, in the hot crucible of August, its resonance is unlike anything humanity has encountered before. You must understand, the black moon is not a time for fear, but for reverence. Just as a seed must surrender to the soil, disappearing from sight before it can sprout, so too must you surrender to the dark gestation chamber of this moment. The frequency of the planet has been building toward this rare event, and those who are sensitive, perhaps you yourself, have already been feeling it. The fatigue, the restlessness, the inexplicable sense that something vast is approaching, though the logical mind cannot name it. That is the call of the black moon. It is summoning you inward, away from distractions, away from the false comfort of the known, into the sacred void, where you will remember who you truly are. This is not just astrology. It is a planetary alignment that pierces into the marrow of your being. Stripping away masks and illusions with ruthless precision, the ancients understood that when the moon vanishes, her power does not disappear. It becomes more potent, distilled, and hidden within the unseen. The black moon is the alchemist's crucible, the midnight cave where shamans met their guides, the symbolic womb of the Great Mother before the first heartbeat of creation. You are being invited into that same primordial silence. Do not mistake the absence of light for emptiness. The void is not empty. It is brimming with infinite possibility. It is the canvas before the first brushstroke, the breath before the first word, the ocean before the wave. When you enter it consciously, without fear, you align with the raw creative force of the cosmos. And so I tell you now, prepare. These final nights of August are no ordinary nights. They are the rare convergence of shadow and silence, where the deepest layers of your psyche, your lineage, and even your DNA will be stirred. You may feel resistance. You may feel the ego clinging desperately to what is familiar. But beneath that resistance, your soul is already rejoicing, for it knows the black moon is the gateway you have been waiting for. To understand the black moon, you must first understand its paradox. On the surface, it is an absence the moon, turned away, her silver face veiled in darkness. Yet spiritually, this absence is the most powerful presence of all. The black moon is not simply another phase in the lunar cycle. It is the doubled shadow, the sacred pause in which creation itself prepares to exhale. If the full moon illuminates what is, the black moon dissolves what no longer serves. It is the double new beginning, the hidden zero point, a cosmic reset woven into the rhythms of time itself. When it arrives as it does now, in August 2025, it opens a womb within the womb, a chamber within the chamber, where destinies are rewritten and soul contracts are recalibratted. In spiritual traditions across cultures, darkness is never the enemy. Darkness is gestation, transformation, incubation. The seed must first surrender to the earth's black soil before it can break open into life. The child rests in the shadowed womb before breathing its first light. The mystic enters the cave, the initiate the tomb, not to die, but to be reborn. This is the true meaning of the black moon. It is the amplified void, the sacred silence where endings transmute into beginnings. Yet, unlike the typical new moon, which already carries these qualities, the black moon doubles their potency. It is a once in 2 years invitation to confront your shadow more deeply than ever before, and to harvest the gifts hidden within it. During this rare alignment, You may notice that the themes surfacing in your life feel heavier, more concentrated, more relentless than usual. This is not punishment, it is precision. The black moon seeks out the hidden corners of your being, the buried fears, the silent regrets, the suppressed desires, and brings them to the surface. It asks you to see what you have avoided, to hear what you have silenced, and to finally release what you have outgrown. In this way, the black moon is not just an event in the sky. It is a mirror, showing you the truth of yourself in unflinching clarity. If you resist, the process feels like breakdown, but if you surrender, it becomes breakthrough. Energetically, the black moon is the silence between heartbeats, the pause between the inhale and the exhale. It is a moment outside of linear time, when the old timeline collapses and a new one begins to assemble. Those who are attuned may feel themselves caught between worlds during this period, as though life itself is holding its breath. This sensation can be disorienting, but it is also sacred, for in that pause, in that double darkness, lies the power to choose a new dot. So when you step into this black moon portal, do not seek light immediately. Sit in the dark. Trust the silence. Let the nothingness hold you, for it is in this fertile void that the universe is already weaving the pattern of what is to come. And you, yes, you, are being invited to co-create it. The black moon is not only a mystical metaphor, it is also a precise cosmic mechanism, an alignment of cycles that reverberates through every layer of existence. Astronomers tell us it is simply the second new moon within a single calendar month. But spiritual seers understand that this overlap of lunar cycles produces a doubling of gravitational, magnetic, and energetic influence. The moon is our closest celestial neighbor, and her pull shapes the tides of our oceans, the rhythms of our bodies, and the currents of our emotions. When she disappears twice within the same month, the resonance of her hidden power amplifies like an echo chamber. It is as though the universe presses reset twice, within a span so brief that the human psyche cannot ignore the shift. Energetically, the black moon functions as a kind of zero-point generator. Every new moon already represents a cycle of renewal, a clearing of the slate. But when two new moons arrive in the same month, the second acts as an amplifier, doubling the intensity of the reset. Think of it as a cosmic reboot of your inner operating system. Old programs, outdated beliefs, karmic scripts running quietly in the background. These are all flushed out by the deep gravitational pull of the black moon. This is why so many report unusual dreams, heightened intuition, and even physical detox symptoms during this time. The body and the psyche are recalibrating to a new frequency. From a quantum perspective, the black moon is a timeline convergence point. Because it is a rare doubling of lunar darkness, it creates an energetic vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. Into this vacuum, new potentials rush. Timelines that were running parallel may collapse or merge. Paths that once seemed impossible suddenly open. Relationships realign. Synchronicities accelerate. This is why many experience the black moon as a period of both endings and beginnings, of chaos that quickly gives way to clarity. It is not random. It is a natural result of cycles folding in upon themselves, creating a portal through which new realities emerge. On the planetary scale, the black moon acts like a tuning fork. The Earth's energy grid, the collective emotional field of humanity, and even the unseen structures of consciousness are vibrated into resonance with the doubled lunar void. Systems built on falsehood tremble. Hidden truths surface. Collective shadows demand acknowledgement. This is why world events often intensify during black moon periods. The cosmic mechanics are designed to reveal what has been concealed. For the individual, this can feel overwhelming. Yet, the key is to remember, you are not being broken. You are being retuned. The gravitational, magnetic, and quantum waves of the black moon are aligning you with your truest frequency, stripping away the static so your authentic vibration can sing clearly once again. The black moon does not arrive for you alone, it arrives for the collective, for the entire tapestry of humanity. Just as individuals experience the purging of shadow and the rebirth of self, so too do nations, systems, and cultures. The double void of this lunar cycle exposes the fractures within our shared reality. It reveals where structures have become brittle, where falsehoods can no longer be sustained, where corruption has rooted too deeply to remain hidden. The black moon is a mirror not only to the soul of a person, but to the soul of the world. And when it arrives, as it does in August 2025, the collective psyche quakes. You may notice heightened tension in the news, sudden collapses of old institutions, or revelations that shock the collective mind. This is not chaos without purpose. It is the cosmic surgeon cutting away diseased tissue. Systems built on exploitation or illusion cannot withstand the resonance of the black moon. Political structures, financial markets, cultural norms, all of these are vibrated into transparency. The shadows rise, not to consume the world, but to be seen and dissolved. What humanity chooses to do in the face of this exposure is the true test. Will we cling to broken systems out of fear, or will we allow the black moon's energy to guide us toward new, more authentic creations? On a subtler level, the black moon stirs the collective unconscious. Old wounds of humanity rise, the fear of the unknown, the trauma of separation, the grief of forgotten wisdom. These collective shadows may appear in the form of widespread anxiety, polarized conflict, or a sense of uncertainty that seems to permeate the air. Yet this, too, is sacred. For only by feeling these unresolved vibrations can humanity release them. In this sense, each person who consciously works with the black moon contributes not only to their own evolution, but to the healing of the whole. Your inner work is not selfish. It is service to the collective grid. It is common during a black moon for global movements of truth, justice, and awakening to accelerate. What was once whispered becomes shouted. What was once denied becomes undeniable. And though the process may appear messy or even frightening, it is a necessary dismantling before rebirth. The old must fall so the new can rise. So understand this: when you feel the pressure of the black moon in your personal life, remember that you are also carrying a thread of the collective transformation. Your courage to face your shadow ripples outward. Your willingness to embody authenticity helps steady the world. In this way, the black moon is not simply an event in the sky. It is the stirring of humanity's soul, a summons for us to remember that we rise or fall together. If the collective is stirred by the black moon, the individual body and soul are no less shaken. This rare lunar event speaks directly to your inner world, pressing on the places you may have ignored, denied, or hidden away. Some of you have already been feeling the tremors in your being, the exhaustion that comes without reason, the restless nights where your mind will not quiet, the vivid dreams that feel more like journeys than sleep. These are not coincidences. They are the fingerprints of the black moon upon your spirit. On the physical level, many experience unusual fluctuations during this period. Sleep cycles may be disrupted, digestion may shift. Old aches or illnesses may briefly resurface as the body releases cellular memory. This is detox on the deepest level. Your nervous system, ruled by lunar rhythms, is recalibrating. Do not be alarmed if you feel drained one moment and charged with energy the next. The black moon pulls you in waves, teaching you to surrender to its rhythm. It is not punishment, but purification. Emotionally, the black moon stirs the waters of the subconscious. Memories long buried may rise to the surface. You may suddenly recall a childhood wound, or find yourself grieving something you thought you had moved beyond. Relationships, too, may feel amplified, unresolved dynamics coming into sharp relief, hidden resentments bubbling up, old patterns demanding to be released. This is the medicine of the black moon. It will not allow you to carry what does not belong to your future. Though uncomfortable, this emotional surfacing is liberation, disguised as HEAVINESS. Dreams during the black moon are especially potent. Many report visions of ancestors, encounters with guides, or symbolic journeys through landscapes both familiar and strange. Pay attention. These dreams are not random. They are transmissions, keys to understanding what is leaving your life and what is entering. The subconscious is wide open during this portal, and the black moon often uses dreams to reveal truths the waking mind resists. Keep a journal by your bed. Even the smallest image or phrase upon waking can be a seed of transformation. On the spiritual level, you may feel both closer to yourself and further from the world around you. A sense of isolation can arise, as though no one understands what you are going through. Yet in that solitude, you are being drawn into communion with your higher self. Meditation, stillness, and breath become gateways. What you are experiencing is initiation, a passage into a deeper layer of your being. The black moon strips away external noise, so you can hear your soul's whisper. While astronomers define the black moon as the second new moon within a calendar month, astrologers know that its significance depends on where it falls in the zodiac. Every black moon is cloaked in the flavor of a sign, and that sign shapes the collective lessons, challenges, and opportunities of the cycle. This is why no two black moons are ever the same. The void wears a different mask each time it arrives. If the black moon falls in Leo, for example, the emphasis is on the shadow of the ego, pride, recognition, authenticity, and creative fire. The double darkness asks us to strip away false identities, to see where we perform for approval rather than express our true essence. In Virgo, the black moon dives into the realm of perfectionism, service, health, and daily rhythms. Old patterns of self-criticism or martyrdom rise to the surface, begging for release. In Scorpio, the black moon intensifies transformation itself, demanding surrender, unveiling secrets, and igniting rebirth through shadow work. But the sign alone is not enough. We must also look to the planetary aspects. If the black moon conjuncts Saturn, lessons of discipline, boundaries, and karmic responsibility will dominate. With Jupiter, expansion and opportunities for abundance emerge, but only after releasing limiting beliefs. With Pluto, the underworld awakens, forcing us to confront the deepest layers of power, death, and regeneration. Each aspect is a note in the cosmic symphony, and together they shape the experience of this double new moon. Astrologically, the black moon also resonates with the lunar nodes, the points of destiny and karma. If it aligns near the north node, the collective is thrust forward into unfamiliar territory, urged to embrace growth. Near the south node, it compels us to release old karmic baggage, even if doing so feels uncomfortable or destabilizing. In both cases, the black moon magnifies destiny, accelerating the pace at which individuals and humanity confront their evolutionary path. Timing matters, too. A black moon in August, as in 2025, carries the weight of harvest season in the northern hemisphere. Symbolically, this is when the fruits of the year's labor are gathered. Thus, a black moon at this time suggests a collective harvest of inner work. The results of what has been seeded in previous cycles are revealed, and what is rotten is discarded. The seasonal resonance amplifies the astrological one, layering meaning upon meaning. Behind every astronomical event lies a mythic thread, and the black moon is no exception. Cultures throughout history, though separated by oceans and eras, often revered the darkened moon as a threshold moment, a descent into mystery, a confrontation with shadow, and a return with new wisdom. In mythology, darkness is rarely a void without meaning. It is the fertile womb, the hidden caves, the underworld where treasures are found. The black moon embodies this archetype, the darkness that conceals in order to reveal. One of the most resonant archetypes linked to the black moon is the goddess Lilith. In astrological tradition, the term black moon Lilith already symbolizes the raw, untamed feminine energy, the part of us that refuses subjugation, that demands authenticity, that exposes the illusions of control. Lilith is not chaos. For its own sake, she is the mirror of what has been suppressed. During a black moon, this archetype rises collectively and personally, awakening the repressed voice within. She is the embodiment of the shadow's wisdom, feared by the patriarchal mind, yet essential for wholeness. The Greek myths echo similar themes. Consider Hecate, the goddess of crossroads, magic, and the night. She rules over thresholds and liminal spaces, guiding souls through transitions. A black moon is nothing less than a collective crossroads, and Hecate's archetype illuminates the choice: cling to the familiar shadows of fear, or step boldly into transformation. In rituals, she was often invoked at the dark moon, her torches lighting the way through uncertainty. To call on Hecate during a black moon is to honor the guiding hand within darkness. In Egyptian cosmology, the dark moon resonates with Isis in her mourning phase, grieving the death of Osiris before piecing him back together. This myth captures the essence of the black moon as an act of dismantling before recreation. The pieces of the old self must be scattered, grieved, and released before the alchemy of rebirth can occur. Here, the archetype of the mourning goddess is not despair, but preparation for resurrection. Even in Norse myth, we find resonance. The great wolf Fenrir, who swallows the sun and moon during the time of Ragnarok, reflects humanity's fear of devouring darkness. Yet even this destruction is part of cosmic renewal. The world dies so that a new one may be born. The black moon carries this energy in miniature. It is a symbolic swallowing of light, a brief cosmic night that makes way for the dawn of new cycles. These archetypes remind us that the black moon is not a random oddity, but a living symbol that threads through the human psyche across cultures. It is the archetype of the shadow mother, the threshold guardian, the void that transforms. To engage with it consciously is to step into the myth yourself, to embody the hero or heroine who descends into the darkness and returns carrying the flame of wisdom. The black moon has always carried the aura of prophecy, for its doubled absence of light was seen by the ancients as a veil between worlds. When the ordinary cycles break and the lunar rhythm doubles back upon itself, humanity is offered not only reflection, but revelation. To gaze into the black moon is to peer into a mirror of possibility, to see both the shadows we have inherited and the futures we might choose. It is a cosmic whisper, reminding us that destiny is not fixed. It bends according to the consciousness of those who walk beneath it. Prophetically, the black moon of August 2025 speaks of acceleration. Humanity is being drawn into a phase where time itself seems to compress. Patterns that once unfolded over decades will now unravel in years, sometimes in months. This rapid dismantling is not punishment, but preparation. The old scaffolding of human systems, political, economic, technological, even spiritual, is shaken under the weight of its own contradictions. The black moon heralds a breaking point, when illusions cannot sustain themselves any longer. Yet within that collapse lies the seed of a new world. Visionaries who tune into this portal may find themselves receiving flashes of possible futures. Some see Earth communities rebuilt around cooperation, with localized systems of exchange and sustainable living. Others glimpse innovations in consciousness itself, telepathic communication, expanded perception, the dissolving of barriers between the seen and unseen. But prophecy is not certainty. The black moon does not decree what will be. It shows what could be if humanity has the courage to align with truth. It is an invitation, not a verdict. For individuals, the prophetic nature of this moon often manifests as heightened intuition. Dreams take on an oracular quality. Synchronicities multiply, guiding you with almost uncanny precision. You may feel as if invisible hands are placing you in the right place at the right time, or removing you from situations that no longer serve. Pay attention. These are not accidents. They are signals from the deeper current of your life, amplified by the black moon's resonance. If you trust these signs, you will find yourself moving more gracefully toward your authentic path. On a planetary scale, seers describe the black moon as a harbinger of collective awakening. Its prophecy is simple yet profound. What has been hidden will be revealed. Secrets long buried in governments, corporations, or even in the earth itself may come to light. Hidden knowledge, suppressed technologies, and ancestral wisdom could surface. Though unsettling at first, these revelations are part of humanity's rebirth. The truth, however disruptive, is always liberation. Thus, the black moon does not foretell doom, but choice. It is a reminder that the future is a living fabric, woven by every decision, every alignment, every act of courage. In the doubled darkness, we are given a chance to glimpse what could be, and to step into the version of the world that our souls know is possible. The black moon reminds us that life is not only about cycles of light, growth, and clarity. It is equally shaped by moments of darkness, release, and silence. Just as the seed must rest in soil before it sprouts, And just as night must fall before dawn arrives, so too must we learn to honor the void as a sacred part of creation. This rare celestial alignment does not come to frighten us, but to guide us into deeper alignment with who we truly are. Each black moon is both personal and collective. It whispers to the individual heart while also speaking to humanity as a whole. In its double darkness, we are invited to release what no longer serves, to plant new seeds of intention, and to trust the unseen process of becoming. Its mystery is not in how often it arrives, but in how profoundly it transforms those who are willing to walk through its portal with awareness. As this cycle closes, may you carry the black moon's transmission into every corner of your life, as courage when you face uncertainty, as compassion when you meet your shadow, and as inspiration when you dream of a future beyond fear. The night sky will brighten again, but the wisdom of this rare darkness will remain within you, ready to guide each step of your unfolding path